Hey guys, it's Izzie, or as you know me, tarotcardsandtea.tumblr.com. And today I got my Lumina tarot deck from Inner Hue, and I wanted to make a video sharing some of my first impressions. Now I've already unboxed everything and I've shuffled just a little bit, and I've pulled some cards that I'd like to talk about. But first, I would like to go over my overall thoughts on the construction of the deck. Firstly, this deck is huge. It is super thick. It's about twice as thick, I feel like, as most tarot decks I've worked with, which means we're working with fairly thick cardstock, which is nice, but at the same time, it's a bit cumbersome. So I have a feeling that this is mostly going to have to be dealt with in casino style shuffling because that would half the deck. Because overhand is just going to be very difficult because you can't even get your full fingers around it, and I've got very long fingers. So it's going to be tough to shuffle with, but it's high quality cardstock, which is nice. Number two, it is matted cardstock, which I personally prefer matted over glossy. Some glossy cards are almost too glossy and they become very slippery, which makes it difficult to shuffle. It's great for durability, but it makes shuffling a little difficult sometimes, and it's hard to find that happy middle ground of glossy meets matted. So I tend to prefer matted cards. The backs can be read in either a reversed or upright, which is nice. So you don't get a clue as to like whether the card is showing up upright or reversed before you actually pull it. The cardstock is nice, like I said. It did come with a tarot pouch. However, the deck is too large to fit in said pouch. It is too thick and does not fit. I would probably have to rip the seams to get it in any further than that. So I was super excited to see that, but then I got really disappointed when I tried to put it in there because it doesn't fit. So now on to the depictions of the cards in general. In general, it is a gorgeously illustrated deck. The artwork is fantastic. That being said, I don't know that I see the tarot right away. I just sort of see an artsy new age, for lack of a better word, a set of prints. It doesn't feel grounded in the meanings of the cards. So if you are a first-time reader, this may not be for you. I have similar feelings about the Wild Unknown. And I have a feeling that when I get to reading with this, it's going to be a love-hate relationship like I have with the Wild Unknown. My clients love the Wild Unknown because it has that very mystical, new wave feel to it. I hate to say it, but sort of that Urban Outfitters / American Apparel brand of new wave. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And that might be why I don't love this deck as much as maybe other people do. So just to show you sort of the disconnect that I'm getting here. Ten of Pentacles, I showed this to you 2 seconds ago. Ten of Pentacles is usually about happy home, happy life, all things being great. And here we have a bear and a bee. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome looking, but it's a bear and a bee. How do you get wealth in all things with this? I don't. The Fool, in my opinion, it sort of reeks of that Urban Outfitters new wave approach. I don't see what a doe has to do with the Fool whatsoever, other than the fact that it's subbing in for the dog in the traditional Fool. And then we have this hippy-dippy young woman who has a very carefree attitude. But that carefree, that childlike approach to life is just one aspect of the Fool. And I feel like this really misses on the other, the hints of that card. So, and I have a feeling that's how I'm going to feel about most of this. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune, and honestly, this is borderline appropriation if you ask me, because the eight-armed woman is Shiva or Shiva, and that is the creator of all things in Eastern religion. And here we have boiled it down to a woman who has blinded herself. I don't really get the ups and downs, the changing of luck, the master of your own journey here. We do have moon cycles, which is cool, I guess. Again, it's gorgeous, but I don't really feel like it speaks to what the Wheel of Fortune is. Same with the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups being very similar to the Ten of Pentacles in the fact that it is happiness and love and abundance in all things, and that connectivity with those around you and everything working at its highest power. And here we just have 10 cups and butterflies. The artwork is beautiful, but I just don't get the traditional meanings from these. Four of Swords, I don't see relax and repose. Ten of Wands, I don't see burden. I don't see taking on too much and needing a break. The Star, I see Aquarius. I see that. They like to use a lot of astrological symbols in this deck. The Tower, I can see. I can see a precarious situation in which things will sort of deteriorate and get worse. But I don't know. I was really excited for this deck at first, and now that I am going through it, it's sort of lost its appeal, unfortunately. It's beautifully illustrated, but again, I just don't see the relation to the tarot as its own divination. But who knows? Maybe that will push some new interpretations out of me. Maybe it will open my mind in ways that I haven't expected. I haven't had a chance to do a preliminary reading in which I ask the deck what its energy is, so I am excited to see what that holds. And I hope my clients like it. That's for sure. What the haystacks? Six of Cups. Six of Cups is usually about going back to your childhood and looking at things from a child's view and really enjoying the ride. And here we have some beetles, a butterfly, a feather, and some spider webs. So I am really not sure what the illustrators were thinking. It feels more like, oh, I liked these pictures, so I slapped some chalices and swords and wands on them and called it a day. So unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of this deck. If I had to rate it out of 5, I would probably give it a 2. I know that feels really harsh, but I just am not feeling these images. And the fact that it was almost $60, I feel really cheated, honestly. I feel really cheated. So unless these images really, really, really speak to you for whatever reason, I would not recommend getting this deck. It's made very well, but I don't feel it and see it as a tarot deck. I see it more as 78 pictures. Sorry guys, not feeling it.